Hello, bats. Oh, Harley, where else do we go from here?
I don't know how you're doing a Joker. Just do a pitch. Say the Joker here, or something like that for the Scene Snobs.
Here for
We're
the
live.
Scene Snobs. Welcome, everyone. A pleasure to see you all here. Hopefully, you can keep up with these two crazy co-hosts, Mick and the Madman. Enjoy. They're going to make me laugh my face off.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast.
Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast, everybody. How are you doing? This is our first time ever not live everywhere, and it's nerve-wracking to say the least.
It's wild. I hope we're able to bring it.
I am too, but we are the Scene Snobs Podcast. I'm, of course, your host, Mick Manhattan, joined as always by the Joker himself, Mr. Casey the Madman Plots.
I thank you. It's a pleasure to be here as always, my friend.
Dude, that was pretty good.
Thanks,
I might write you some scripts to do in voices.
Yeah, I'd love to.
And just do
that's what I need. I'm dumb. I'm a simpleton. I just need things to be put in front of me and told to do stuff, and I'll dance, baby.
Oh no, I'll give you
how I do.
McConaughey is just gonna be gushing over the show. So
he's gonna be everywhere talking about how great it is and how wonderful everything is and how wonderful life is. Like, hey, look at these two wonderful people. Dan's here tonight. We're happy to see Dan. It's fantastic, buddy. All right. And then we got John, Mr. Wass himself. Look at that beautiful man there. Ooh. It's a pleasure to see you guys. All right.
We love you guys. We appreciate you being here tonight for our first night here on Patreon Live. Of course, for everybody listening, this is where all our lives are now, is over on our Patreon. So go check it out. Check out the tiers. Check out the perks that we have available, and maybe join up in the Snobnation Discord along the way. But I think it's important, if you do join the Patreon, it's important for you to know right off the bat that this is what Sir Sturdy calls an experience that he cannot physically get out of.
It's true.
That's right. Our Patreon is an experience that he cannot physically get out of. You don't get better testimonials than that.
I mean, it's true. Once you are in, you are locked in. Not because you're forced to. It's because the love that you feel from our giant forceful hugs given by Mick himself. You think you've experienced a bear hug, my friend? It's nothing compared to what he's got for you.
I look like, when I do this with my hands, as I look like a sex bear zombie.
I don't know. What?
If that's not your next move.
Zombie. Wow. Okay, sex bear zombie. That's dope. I'm in. We can do that. Who's going to be our lead? I think that's got to be a Henry Cavill driven movie.
You and I need to star in movies like Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, or Meet the Wolfman, or Jekyll and Hyde. But we need to come up. That's going to be the worst of the worst. So it's like Mick and Casey meet the sex bear zombie. And it's just a bear chasing us around in the woods trying to have sex with us and then eat us.
Oh my God. Zombiever 7.
Oh my God, man.
I could see that. We could get a cameo there.
We could do this. I bet you we call up some of our friends who make this stuff and just be like, I want to make Mick and Casey versus Sex Bear Zombie. I'm coming up with that poster tomorrow, and it will be on our Instagram.
45 minutes of us running away from a Sex Bear Zombie until the last 5 minutes where they inevitably catch us.
No, it's 45 minutes of you running because you saw me stay right where I am, because I'm like, I'm just done. In fact, the movie starts out with us seeing the sex bear zombie, and then I just go like this, and like, so my head's like a light switch. When I turn it backwards, it's on, and then I'm like, I'm gonna fight this bear, Casey. And you're like,
I put my hand on your shoulder and I'm like, I love you, Mick. And that's it. That's the last time we interact because I'm gone.
until the next movie where I come out of the woods or I walk into where our fake apartment. And then like, I'm just all disheveled and beat up. And I'm just like, I beat up that sex bear zombie and it didn't even bite me.
Sex Bear Zombie 2 is them coming after us in the city.
No, we got. Oh my god. Oh man, you brought up a great point. Let's turn my hat backwards. I'm like an idiot.
Nah, it's cool, man. It's like a switch. I understand. It just goes backwards, and you don't know. It just happens. You just start to go crazy.
See, what I do is I usually wear my hat forwards, right? And then what I do is when I'm getting in the zone, I turn my hat backwards like this, and it's like a light switch. You know, it goes on. Something clicks in me. Lincoln
really,
Hawk, baby.
Really exciting. It's like one day I'm also going to master the English language too. It's going to be great.
All right, Casey, I want to start us off with something.
Ooh, okay, fire away.
And it just popped in my head. I had an idea for a first thing. Now I'm going with this. And it is, if you were the richest man in the world,
ooh,
what would you spend your money on? And don't give me that I'd buy stuff for my daughters. I'm talking about the real stuff.
The real stuff?
The real stuff. Would you like me to go first?
Yeah. I'm curious as to what angle
I would start a production company or studio, make these movies that I'm saying that are going to definitely flop and make no money whatsoever.
100%.
But I'm perfectly fine with Mick and Casey, then move on to doing a whole Sex Bear Zombie like 8 movie slate where they do go to New York at some point.
Of course,
it has to happen. I love that idea, and I want to stick with it with you. But then I want to move on to things like where, Mick and Casey team up with John Cena to fight the snake zombie bear. And then it's just like, it's a whole different thing now.
Oh, and then we get stranded in the ocean and have to fight the zombie sex kraken. Yeah.
I want so many celebrities to show up here because they're just like, I'm like, hey, how about $20 million to be in our movie? Oh, no, I can't be in this movie for that. How about 40? Yeah,
no. We go the other way. You don't want 20? I've got 10.
No, we drop
it.
Our negotiation starts out dropping by a penny for the first hour. Then we move to a nickel, and they're just like, "Are you seriously just going through the hour as a penny?" Yes.
Yep.
Yes, we are. Until you're in this movie, they get so bored, they just join the movie.
Exactly. Bore them into it. Classic strategy. It becomes a pity work. They'll be like, "Oh, I'll come on. I'll give you a pity 10 minutes."
Dude, all I want in the world is that. All I want in the world is to make movies with you where it's completely asinine and there's just random celebrities coming in.
Yes.
I want a movie of just, I don't know, pick out a beautiful actress that you'd love to work with.
Kate Blanchett.
That's a great one. I'm going to throw Scarlett Johansson in.
Okay.
Right?
Strong.
I want a movie where we play cops and they play cops. There's no love story to this. Right. They just ridicule us the whole time. We never get a case solved.
That's a great idea.
And why have 2 of the most beautiful women on the planet doing it? Because it's funnier that way.
And then along with that, we have a recurring character who's the bus driver played by Brad Pitt, who imparts random wisdom.
That's true. I love that idea. Brad Pitt just like, I don't know if you want to do this. This is
a great idea, guys. I don't know about this one.
No, I try a hard drama like Legends of the Fall did for me. It did nothing for you, Brad Pitt.
Who's a bus driver, Brad Pitt? Who's driving the bus?
It's a bus driver.
That's some serious child support, huh, Brad? A lot of money. Oof.
Glad you adopted all those kids now.
Jeez. The ones who don't talk to you, and now is he getting aphasia? What did he say? Face blindness is his thing.
He?
Yeah, he came out with like a couple months ago.
Yeah, probably because it came out that he beat his wife and kid on a plane.
I didn't realize they were my wife and kid. I thought it was some random woman and another random child. I didn't realize they were mine. Oh, my bad.
He's just pummeling them, right? Brad Pitt style or whatever, like Fight Club. And then it turns to, he's like, I don't see any air marshals around. And it's like, it's a private plane. Please stop, Mr. Pitt. Please.
You just start screaming, they don't have faces. They don't have faces.
Oh my God. Oh, John says I'm looking slimmer. Thank you again. I'm trying. I've been eating a lot more vegetables and trying to move around more. So
good, buddy. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. Maybe your beard is just getting fluffier. Actually, I just had it trimmed. Going for a spa day tomorrow for my birthday.
Yeah, buddy. It's gonna be fun.
I've never done one. I've never pampered myself to do something like that. I have had a massage before, 100% by a man. And it's nothing against women, but men just have really strong hands. They work out those kinks, man. I'm not going to lie. Best massage I ever got.
Okay. This is interesting.
Best massage, and it was just shoulder rub I ever got. From a man named Pete Diefenthaler. I am not kidding with you. And were we in a massage parlor? No, we were out on the deck of my college eating a pizza. And that is literally the only part of the story I'm going to tell you, or how we got to that point.
Why am I suddenly jealous of this Pete fellow? That son of a bitch.
Honestly,
back off my Kool-Aid, Pete.
You know why? Oh, and while he did it, his girlfriend, I made her watch.
Of course. Yeah.
Everything's above board.
Full on cuck. Yep.
He had the strongest hands I've ever felt in my life.
I know you're dead serious about that.
I was so serious. I still think about it sometimes. It's the best massage I've ever received.
You feel your wife's hands and you're like, oh.
My wife will go to give me a massage on the shoulder, and I'm just like, it's not the same.
It never will be. Oh my God.
Oh my God. It never will be. And you know why? You know why his hands were so strong? And here's where it's going to get weird, Casey. It's going to get weird, Casey.
Okay. Let's go.
You know why his hands are so strong?
Why are his hands so strong, Mick?
He grew up on a farm and worked on a farm his whole life. And that's how they became strong. So Casey, if you're wondering in that head of yours, have I ever wondered, because you grew up on a farm, if you have some strong hands? The answer is yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You would not be wrong.
I don't doubt that. But I've never mustered up this in all of our years of friendship. I could never bring myself to say, Casey, I think you got some strong hands. Can I have a massage?
What in the world? Yeah. Wow. Okay, I can completely understand how that flies. Sure.
Oh my dude.
My goodness.
Hey man. Once you remember something that was so great in your life, you never forget, man. You trying to get back to it.
Yep, exactly. Always trying to attain that thing. It's chasing the dragon. But
I
less heroin-y.
Very fair. I hope Pete Diefenthaler's out there somewhere making some woman very happy right now with a massage.
Or man, whatever he's into. Go Pete.
Well, I mean, when I left, he was into women. So that's, oh no, I'm getting bombarded here. First,
buddy.
You know why? John, you know why Mick got Taylor Swift tickets and a spa day for my birthday? Because Mick is in severe debt.
Mick just wants to feel something good while the numbers stay red.
It was not Mick's wife's idea to start a cookie company. Get in the kitchen. You need to start doing something else.
Oh, I'm sure
No.
that would have gone over swimmingly.
I am kidding, of course. We saved. My wife knew she was going on. We saved for it. I will tell you, it hit the bank a bit. but we're going. She's happy. And by the way, this spa day is $50. It's not like I'm going. Not like I'm going to a Turkish bath to get Pete to give me a massage.
Although a Turkish bath does sound pretty solid.
I've never been.
They're fun.
Are they really? Like, does all the sex stuff happen?
I mean, not the one I was in.
All right, I don't know.
About what?
You always hear in like movies and TV shows, like, oh, he's at the Turkish bath. I've always just assumed they meant sex stuff. I don't even know what kind of sex stuff.
Nothing I was aware of. Man, I was maybe in a very different Turkish bath. But
Maybe
it's cool.
I mean, maybe you're in a legit one, or they saw you and they're like, he's not going to be into the sex stuff.
Right, yeah. I mean, they were just blowing each other around me, and I was like, hey, it's not my game. This is a lovely temperature, guys. This is really nice. I like this. Oh, get that away. No, get that away.
And like 30 couples. And you're just like, happy Valentine's Day to me.
How'd you know? Did I tell you that story?
I read a good narrative. Mick, just go shiatsu where they walk on your back, dude. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
it's nice.
Unless it's Pete Diefenthaler. He was 6'1". I'm not doing that.
No, size matters there.
That's true. I'm down for a spa day. Hell yeah, man. I think everybody should try one.
Let's spa day when we're down in Fear Fest.
Yeah. Oh my God. That'd be great.
Put together a snob spa day. Snobs at the spas.
Sorry, Stephanie and Destiny. We can't come today. Spa day.
No, we do it the day after.
We order them and we do a live where two people come in and give us massages while we can buy a podcast.
Yes, we do the podcast in those massage chairs.
I think I pooped myself.
Can't stand up, guys. I can't stand up. Oh man, I'm so sorry, guys.
Let's do a centipede of massages. All right, I get Casey.
I'm down.
Casey gets me.
No. You can massage me all you want with those meat hooks of yours.
Listen, you come meet us in person and all tiers get you an ultimate fan experience.
Yeah.
At a Turkish.
Oh God. The Turkish bath experience. Me getting it my car in front of the Turkish bath. Then in the Turkish bath with everybody just enjoying themselves, wang chunging at the Turkish bath.
And somehow Brad Pitt was still there.
Yeah. Oh, hey man, did we wrap for the day?
Telling stories about other movies he's been on. Randomly, we're just like, shut up, Brad Pitt.
Talking about, hey, Fury. So that guy, Shia, he definitely he was gross the whole time. It was wild. He didn't shower. Oh, it was disgusting. Shut up, Brad Pitt. Why are you still here? Did you see me in Meet Joe Black? That was great. I was with Sir Anthony Hopkins. He's an actor.
I learned all about love on that.
I have to
really? I would have guessed Fight Club, Brad Pitt.
I have to read the right script to understand love.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God, Dan, you bring up a good point. You know what? We should do a screen marathon on the Discord.
I'm in.
That'd be fun. Just Friday or whatever. Just play them all. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Right after the show. When you're done with the morning show, make sure you tune into Scream. Boom. Yes. On the Discord.
We'll be right there, Sydney.
Well, I'm seeing Scream 6 Thursday.
Yes, you are.
I'd invite you, but I think you're at work. But you can always come.
Well, I'm at work, and then my daughter is shooting archery a tournament this weekend. So I will be at that, unfortunately, heading out. She has to be there Saturday at 8 a.m. So Friday night, we're grabbing a hotel room.
Nice.
So I will do the marathon from Le Téléphone.
Very fair. No, that is not a problem, man. I get it. And you should have a great time.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Very excited.
So we got, but Scream 6 is coming out. It's going to be pretty crazy. They're going to start filming Scream 7 this year, and then we'll be out next year.
Awesome. I am super excited for this. Whatever they're doing is going to be cool.
Now, let me ask you. So being a horror fan, especially you being a fan of Kevin Williamson, as much as you are his work.
Absolutely.
His non-horror work.
Hey, man, he was a broad spectrum writer, director, creator at that time.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think? What do you think about Scream just surviving this long?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I think it was a really cool brainchild that came with Wes Craven, of course, and it's just fantastic. It's a wonderful story. It's I'm happy they were able to perpetuate it, and they did a really good job of it. And I think the handoff was done fantastically well. I think they only fumbled a bit with the Neve Campbell stuff. I would have liked to have had her in this one, but I get it. I understand. Things happen. There's a real world out there. So,
it's a really good point.
What's that?
Is the fact that the movies that came out the past 2 weeks, right, are probably both going to be number one at the box office, right, for their respective weeks.
Yeah.
Creed 3 being the one before, and this one being Scream 6. Both are sequels. Both, in the first time in movie history, are movie sequels that are the only ones that don't have the original star of the franchise in them.
Wow, yeah, because Sylvester Stallone wasn't in Creed 3, and we're not going to have Neve Campbell.
Yep.
Or Skeet Ulrich. Oh.
He's not in it?
Billy Loomis.
Well, he came out. No, I think he's in it because he came out and said his quote was that Neve likes Scream 3. She watched it, has no problem with everybody because they were at a convention this past weekend together.
Oh, okay.
And so they were talking about it, and she was like, "Yeah, I saw it. I really liked it. I think they did a great job. I can't wait to see what happens." With going forward. And he goes, and she really said she likes what she said she loved it. And then she said she really liked what we've done.
Oh, interesting.
So,
okay.
Slip up, because he was in the last one.
Right.
So.
Could be. Interesting.
Ooh. Allegedly she's not in it. Mrs. Shake
Allegedly.
I'm interested in that. And if she does show up in it, and this was all a marketing ploy, and you took away my goddamn record for 2 weeks in a row, I will disrespect every part of you and your great thinking.
And I will never let you live down that they burned you.
Oh my God, I would love it. That would be so much fun if she takes off the mask and it's just Neve Campbell and it's like, yes,
they did it. Finally.
And then somebody immediately goes, "Didn't you have kids in the last one?" Yes.
Not anymore. I ate them.
I'm on vacation, staying in an Airbnb.
I only do this when my kids at our soccer tournaments. Like, what?
Dude. Remember how Michael Scott wasn't in the Office finale? Oh, so pop up at the end. Yeah. So she's the killer.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, we shall just ruin it for everyone? Who knows? Find out next week.
Well, I mean, if I'm ruining it for anyone, it's not knowingly. I haven't seen the movie. I'm seeing it Thursday. So that's best guess speculation. If you have a problem with that, take it up because you're a piece of garbage and Casey says so. So make sure if you got any problems with us, you email us at plot.
Definitely no problems here. Don't need anybody else's problems. Love you guys.
I want you to
talk.
send to this
if you got
email.
something up, that's cool. But No, like fighting words. Everything's fine. We're all
I want
good.
you to send all of your viruses to this email.
Nope,
under
you
the
don't need to
guise
do
of
any of that. You can just go ahead and pump the brakes right there, y'all. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. I'm going to use my calm voice now because we're all friends, right? All friends. Everybody's okay.
email us.
He's still
Email
going.
at the Plotamus.
Now, would you stop?
Oh,
What are you doing?
Sorry. At the Plotamus 77 at yahoo.com. Anyway, so I hope all the troll mail goes to you.
What kind of mood are you in?
I don't know, man. I've been in a great mood, I guess.
I love it.
Oh, I'm having fun. It's a good time.
It is.
But I'm not. That's not your real email. I would never actually give you real email.
No, I know you didn't.
I know you know. I'm telling everybody else. Don't even bother. It's not.
No,
real.
let them. don't make them.
Wait. That is his real.
Stick
We're
with
going
the
back.
decoy, man. You gotta stick with the decoy.
That's true. Oh, I should have just made it.
How awesome would that be?
Okay, so
That
it is
just-
the Plotamus 77 at Gmail.
There it is. Yep, the Plotamus77 at Gmail.
Oh my god, I love it. Dude. All right, so let's ruin it for everybody. Who do you think the killer of Scream 6 is going to be?
I really hope it's Nev Campbell.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. I hope she just cracks. Like maybe her baby gets into an accident or has some incurable disease and she has to watch her die and wither away and then like loses her mind during the process. So she goes murdery.
That was horrifying what you just said.
Or maybe someone kidnaps her baby and she finds her like in Mexico, like with the cartels or something. And goes like ape shit to like save her child, but then she has to murder now every year because she has the twitch or something.
What?
I don't know. They got a lot of places they could take it.
Seems like German case would want the viruses.
Yes, the viruses would be very good. It would be very interesting. It'd be wonderful to see how we use it. Yeah.
Oh my god, man. So I am curious to know, with everything we were talking about and kind of going on with it, and you had mentioned it was like, oh, we fixed it. Like, do you have a movie for me to fix this week?
Oh man. So this one was kind of hard for me. And you could tell because I got so many ideas. I went in 3 different veins. I just kept falling in these different holes of which ones I wanted you to fix. But I think I landed because I love the idea of fixing the Alamo, but I don't know if it's popular enough. People remember the Alamo.
Yeah,
And
sure.
just asking, do you remember the Alamo?
What's the Alamo?
The Alamo.
The draft house?
No, that's the video house. That's the draft house. No, the Alamo, like in Texas.
Yeah, the original one.
Yeah,
the first one.
Not the first one. The remake of the first one.
No, the draft house. The first draft house.
No, not the first draft house because the draft house is the one in Winchester. I'm talking about the Alamo in Texas. Like the
building from Pee Wee Herman.
Yes, the building from Pee Wee Herman. Yes, in San Antonio.
You mean the one that? You mean the one that showed up in that movie, that thing, where he pissed on it? It was Ozzy, I think his name was.
Yes, that is in fact the Alamo. So there was a movie by one of your favorites, Mr. John Wayne, called The Alamo. That was pretty decent movie.
It's a personal favorite of mine. I love it.
Yes, it was a bit of a flop.
Yes, it was a flop.
Bit of a flop.
And that's the funny part that you are now. So you're picking a classic. This is like the first real classic you picked.
Well, I'm contemplating doing that one.
Okay.
Or the remake in 2004. The vehicle driven by Billy Bob Thornton.
Dennis Quaid was also in it or something.
Yes, and lost $126 million.
So first of all, it was going to, because nobody knows what the Alamo is anymore, unless you're from Texas. And I guarantee you, if we show up to Texas and just ask anybody under 25, do you know what the Alamo is? And be like, yeah, it's some building over here if you're close enough. If you're outside of a knowing, like just knowing it as a landmark near you, nobody's going to remember. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like the Draft House, they're going to do exactly what I did. And I like how Dan, maybe your class knows, Dan, because you're a good teacher. But guess what? Not everyone has good teachers.
True.
It's the reason Texas is a state. Heavy quotes there.
Yeah.
I get it. I'm not saying that we shouldn't remember. It's an important story in American history, let alone in just telling tale of, to inspire football teams. Like it is a gigantic, memorable thing to happen. My problem is we have a world today where nobody listens. Nobody wants to learn. They have all the information at their fingertips. And I guarantee there are people, and I guarantee it's the majority, let's just say in this country alone, who believe the sun revolves around the earth. I'm not kidding. I bet you if you go and you just ask random people,
Copernicus was a liar.
That's how it's going to turn out. It's going to be a problem. I remember what Alamo was, but that's because I watched King of the Hill and remember Ozzy. There you go. Also a testing ground for Confederate generals, which is an interesting parallel to me anyway.
Yes, it was, because that's where Robert E. Lee made his name out there.
Like Robert?
A.P. Hill did. Who else? Winifred Scott was the general in charge, general in command at that time. Yeah, wildness.
Well,
wildness.
generally speaking... Well, oh man, my joke bombed on that.
I mean, you didn't finish it. I believed in you, man. You can try it again.
That was where I was going to go. And then I was just going to be like, go into the next. It was going to segue bad again.
Yeah.
Like, generally speaking, I think we should talk about this.
You still did a terrible segue, though. So that's great.
Thanks. Oh,
yeah,
I
man.
appreciate that.
I'm here for you.
Oh, the irony of the Texit proposal being introduced on the anniversary of the Alamo being taken. Texit. I love it. Go for it. Go away.
Texit.
You can go. Mexico will take you over in days. Good luck. I'm sorry. No, that's not true. Mexico's cartels will take you over in days.
Man, that stuff ain't good right now. Ooh.
All I see is like New Mexico, Oklahoma, Arizona, all the surrounding states just being like, later.
Did you see the most recent stuff going on in there with the cartels right there in those cities, like right across the border?
I heard about the 4. But that's the thing. They will get into it. Here's the weird part about the media, and I can't believe I'm going into this. So, and not the weird, it's just part of the shitty thing that they do. When the numbers go down on media talking about, illegal immigration, things like that, and that generally only happens when we have a Democrat president, the media takes to, let's talk about the cartels and the bad side of Mexico. And then they cut out of it, and then like nothing ever happened when they go back and there's a Republican. Now, is that me standing up for any one of those parties? No. The Crypt Keeper and the Agent Orange asshole, I don't care about. I don't care about any of them. Government sucks. I'm not fighting that, and I'm not getting on my soapbox, but I am tired of turning on and seeing all of the horror shows be so exploited down there.
Well, it sucks how bad it is for all those people who have to live in it. People trying to get their families out of there, those towns just being taken over. It's horrifying.
And I appreciate you taking that point, because again, none of this was against any type of asylum or anything like that. Nothing what I said. It's about the media and their coverage and how much I can't stand them.
I get that. Absolutely. Because it does very much so fluctuate, unfortunately, like you said, the way it does. Well, to be guiding people. So it's a bummer.
That's why I only get our news from the Scene Snobs.
Whoa, that's a terrible idea. There are lots of better sources.
Dude, I put up some good stuff today.
No, you do a lot of good stuff, but not the only source. Always have more than one source, people.
All you need is our movie news.
Okay, for movie news, yeah.
No,
Check in with us and us alone. Don't look anywhere else.
I'm telling you, America, just watch our news and you'll be fine. No, if anything,
we have the bestest news.
That we do have the bestest news.
Or how about for your favorite news? That's what it is.
Okay, I dig it. I like it.
Boom.
Join our Patreon. All right.
Nailed it.
No, okay. So let's get into it because now my brain's starting to get a little cloudy. I like it. So you want to do which Alamo?
Okay,
the Billy Bob Thornton one tried so hard, to be a more up to date version of what John Swain's. Yep, go ahead.
There it is. That's exactly what it was.
I'm gonna fix it. So, which one you want?
Either Alamo or Texas Rangers.
I can fix Texas Rangers, no problem. I'm going Texas Rangers.
Let's do Texas Rangers, buddy.
Because I'll touch on the Alamo too, just to kind of, so I'm not avoiding it. But I will say this: the original Alamo, for what it was and what it was in the time, I think worked perfectly.
Fair.
If you remade it just like it was, it would be terrible and way too chaotic. But and because the remake that came up, I just thought it didn't have the same heart the original did. It wasn't a bad movie, and like a lot of people complain about Davy Crockett not going down in battle like he did in the original.
Right.
But it actually, like, the lore is that he was caught and he charged when they tried to get him to surrender. Mm-hmm. So I kind of like that they added that at the end for there to say that's who Davy Crockett was. But Billy Bob Thornton is Davy Crockett? Not so much. He fought a bear when he was 3. I mean, come on.
Billy Bob pretty amazing. He was pretty amazing. And it's unfortunate that they never pulled out a song, man. I'm always waiting to hear Davy Crockett, King of the Wild Frontier.
That's a Disney property.
I know, and I loved that Joker so much. That was one of my all-time favorites growing up.
Oh, yeah. Dude, me too. I still have the raccoon skin cap somewhere.
You got to, man. The raccoon skin cap is amazing.
So, I'm not going to fix the Alamo tonight.
Nope. I don't want you to fix it. Not enough people watched it in the first place. And quite frankly, I don't want people to go watch it. Save your time.
Really?
I really dislike that movie, dude.
Even the original?
No, the original's fine. The original was good for viewing. And in fact, I think I've watched it multiple times. It's one of my dad's tops. So it was good.
Nice.
It's not great, but, when it comes to him, I want El Dorado and Rio Bravo. I basically want the same movie with different kid actors.
He made it another time. He made it 3 times. Howard Hawks made that movie 3 times. Rio Bravo with Dean Martin and Ricky Nelson. Yep. El Dorado with James Caan as the young one there, and Robert Mitchum. And then switching it around, he made Rio Lobo. And that had one of his kids in it, and I forgot who the other one was. It was nothing huge, but it was Howard Hawks. All 3 times. Wow. John Wayne played the same character every time.
Well, I mean, when you got a decent enough story.
I want Mick to fix Troll 2. I will, but I'm going to go not tonight. So you got to tune in another night when Casey.
I don't know. Troll 2 was pretty strong for me. I don't know if it needs much fixing.
I'm on the text. Oh, God. Yeah. You know what? Here's how you fix Troll 2. Okay. Stop right there. You just leave in all the innuendos.
Yeah.
So like when he's fixing his belt and you're like, oh my God, he's going to crack this kid in the mouth.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got to tighten my belt. And then when the kid pisses on it, you just kind of like wail on it. He's pissing on everybody. There's green showers everywhere.
Good Lord.
You got to make it weird, man. Embrace the absurdity.
Just go further. Go the distance, Ray.
Here's how I'd fix it. I'd put a fucking troll in it.
Hey, there you go.
No bog, no trolls, just goblins.
Or put a troll from like Middle Earth in there that just jacks stuff up and just smashes them. They're under attack from this giant beast. That would be awesome.
I'm seeing it now. No bog. There's no trolls, just goblins. Just your friendly neighborhood goblins. I'm making a meme tomorrow.
Do it.
Yes. Oh my God. So we're going with Texas Rangers, which was a vehicle straight to video starring James Van Der Beek, not
Rachel
Dillman,
Lee Cook,
Ashton Kutcher, Usher. Let me see if I can remember.
Yep.
Ashton Kutcher, Usher was in it. James Caan. No, the Kid Caan. What is his name?
Scott Caan.
I was gonna say Sam Caan. And I think that. Well, I mean, then you had the dude from. Was he Will and Grace? Or no, it wasn't Will and Grace. It was
no. You have Dylan McDermott.
And who else was in it? Who played the bad? Oh, Alfred Molina played the bad guy.
Yes.
And
good grab.
And who's that? Was it Robert Patrick?
Negative.
Oh, who was it then? The older guy who kind of.
Oh, it is. No, Robert Patrick is there. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool.
Yep, Sergeant John Armstrong. Yes, sir.
Any other stars that I missed?
Yes, two big ones.
Who?
You got Viper of Top Gun.
Which one was Viper?
Tom Skerritt.
Oh, that's right, Tom Skerritt.
Wasn't. And then
that's the older dude I was thinking of.
And then I'm Gonna Love You Forever and Ever, Amen. In one of his few but prolific performances.
What?
Randy Travis.
Oh my God. I'm gonna no. Oh my God. Randy Travis was in that. He was in my favorite movie of all time.
Which one is that?
Black Dog.
Oh yeah, fantastic one. That Patrick Swayze masterpiece.
I can fix that one, and I would not drop 1 star from that movie.
You don't need to. It's not bad. It just wasn't good.
It just wasn't good. You're right.
You just need to shuffle some pieces, man. It was fine.
If that movie came out in the 70s about truckers and this whole hijack thing, that movie would have made but the equivalent of $6 billion today, because everybody loved the goddamn road trucker movie in 70s.
It's true. How about Reindeer Games? That one being some weird cross between everything. That one needed some love. That needs some help.
Yeah, that could have been a gritty Don Siegel movie or something. Mm-hmm. But I'm telling you, because look at Convoy. Look at what is it? What the hell's the stupid one that I love?
Smokey and the Bandit.
I love it. I love that movie. I will watch.
It's a great one.
It's a stupid movie.
Most Chris Christopherson movies were up there.
Convoy's an even stupider movie. When friggin' not Ernest Hemingway. What the hell am I thinking? Ernest.
Wow. All right. For whom the bell tolls kick in there real quick. What?
Oh my God. Who starred in Marty? I'm all over the place. Ernest Borgnine. Yeah, no, I was right on Ernest. But, all right, Ernest Borgnine.
But you went Hemingway, which is
I went Hemingway. I was almost said Hemingway too. In fact, I realized that if I didn't say why did I go Hemingway with it, nobody would have ever known who I was thinking of. But Ernest Borgnine plays like the sheriff that's hunting this trucker down.
Yes. And
it becomes this whole thing. And at the end, he's firing at him with a machine. Like a 50 cal. I don't know if 50 cals were around back then, but it was like the equivalent of.
Oh yeah.
70s. And no, it was a Gatling gun. That's what it was.
Gatling gun, man. You got to bet it was always the Gatling gun.
Because the National Guard brought it, and he's just and the National Guard brought a Gatling gun to a highway. Casey. He brought it to a highway.
All you have to do is close the road on each side. You'll be fine.
Oh, they've tried that plenty of times in the movie. These trucks don't seem to stop. But they brought the Gatling gun and all the National Guard to a highway. And as he's barreling down and everyone's firing at him with regard to who's behind him, they're just firing off at him left and right. And he's got the Gatling gun. And he wants to do it. And he said, come on, Rubber Ducky. And he's getting ready to do it. But it's Ernest Borgnine's sheriff character holding the Gatling gun. No one from the National Guard was like, no. No.
That's ours. You can't just use our piece of equipment.
Pentagon didn't call up Texas and say, Are you kidding me? These guys are all over the news. We're not going to send our boys over during Vietnam or whenever the hell the movie came out. It was either during Vietnam in the early 70s or it wasn't. I don't know. We'll find out later.
So, it was all the same, wasn't it?
I mean, yeah. And we're going to make them look even worse by letting the sheriff take over their Gatling gun and fire it off.
Oh, it's so ridiculous.
And he blows it up. And then Rubber Ducky dies.
Yep.
Or does he?
Well, he goes out, that American renegade lifestyle.
It's just the 70s, like if you just judged, like if some ancient civilization, not ancient, future civilization came back, looked at like our movies, and they only have movies from the 70s, they would think that's the Wild Wild West.
Wow.
That's how horrifying it was.
That's what it was, though. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Hey, what's up, George C3? Yeah,
George C3.
Hard to find. I pinned it to the top.
Hi, everybody.
And
so, yes, we're discussing Texas Rangers, which let me read off the blurb real quick. Now that we've gotten the stars listed. It is a ragtag group of youngsters band together after the American Civil War to form the Texas Rangers, a group charged with the dangerous, ruthless duty of cleaning up the West. Now, this came out in 2001, hour and a half long, PG-13. And it was essentially all the teen heartthrobs of Varsity Blues taken still in Texas. And while they're there, they're like, hey, want to shoot a Western?
Was Sean William Scott in this too?
I was pretty sure he was. I didn't see him on the cast, but I'm pretty darn sure he was in it too.
So am I. I could have swore. So let me ask you this. If this is the Texas Rangers, where the hell is Bass Reeves? There's no mention of him.
No.
Right?
None. Well, wasn't Usher kind of supposed to be him?
No. If it was, that is I cannot wait. Tyler Sheridan's doing a TV show about Bass Reeves. And now, if nobody knows,
I can't wait to see that. That is going to be awesome.
If everybody doesn't know their history or hasn't checked out the Watchmen TV series, there's a very famous character in pop culture and movie history called the Lone Ranger. And he started out in radio, I believe, and he was also comic books. He was very popular superhero type character with his cohort, kind of like my Madman. Tonto at his side, and they would go out, and he was a Texas Ranger, masked Texas Ranger that would save the day. Now that Texas Ranger was based on a very real human being. That very white man on a horse in a mask was very real, but in the form of a black man named Bass Reeves, who was like one of the most famous lawmen back in the day, and his arrest record was almost unspoken for. He's like a hero to many cops everywhere, and most people don't know it. They just know the Lone Ranger. So,
and he used his bat to speak and do most of his work. The famous bat of Bass Reeves. Yeah, man.
Oh, yes, you're right. All right, I'm sorry. Well, listen, I'm not.
He was trying to not kill, and I get it. It was the West, and it was really hard to not kill. Because everyone was easy to fucking kill. If you think about it, everyone could get killed from anything. You could get nicked. It could get infected because you live around poo at a farm, and all of a sudden, hey, you're dead. Like, oh no, your arm's gone. Like, how are you going to eat? No idea now. Can't work. You know what I'm saying?
They literally made a movie about it.
Yeah, exactly. So
a funny one.
You got to be careful about that. So no one wants to actually get shot and die. So someone just hit you in the face with a bat. It's a way better option.
Yeah, I agree. And you know what? He was the hero of the West, so they're going to make a TV series about him. Now, back to Texas Rangers. This is going to be the longest Did He Fix It in a long time. So,
by the way, we're mixing up cast from American Outlaws and Texas Rangers. So American Outlaws is the one that has...
Oh, yeah. Oh, is he in that one? I remember that one.
Yes. Sean William Scott is in that one.
Terrible movie. It's terrible
Scott
movie.
Conn. Oh, it's terrible.
No. Do you remember in American Outlaws who plays Jesse James?
That's Colin Farrell, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Dude, I actually like that movie.
I know you do. We've talked about it. I enjoy it too. It's a fun movie, but it's a bad movie.
there are a lot of bad movies that really are my comfort zone.
Yep.
That is one of them. We've talked about it. Major League 3, Back to the Minors is my favorite one in the series.
Mm-hmm.
And I love all of them, but that's my favorite. Scott Bakula, baby. So like I do have a series of I love it. Have you ever seen it?
What, Back to the Minors?
Yeah.
Of course.
Dude,
it was one of those days where I couldn't grab the remote and I was hungover and I was just stuck and I was like, well, at least the TV's on. Where you do that for 4 hours.
Dude, it's so good. I love it. All right, so back to Texas Ranger. I keep getting off of it for every other movie.
You do. By the way, hi Kathleen.
Hi Kathleen. So here we go. I'm gonna fix
so many people here. We love you guys.
How do you fix Texas Rangers? That movie is so dull and boring, right? You have all of these flashy stars coming off of Varsity Blues. I don't know how this movie wasn't in theaters. It's almost an astonishing feat that it did not make box office, because I remember when it came out, I was working at Hollywood Video at the time, and it popped up and it's like, this has like every mega television star right now is in this movie. How did this not, like Varsity Blues had just come out, all this? So like, how did you not make it?
This was supposed to be one of those big hits. I mean, you had all the sexy stars from all the sexy movies who had multiple movies that year too. And this was one that just fell dead. And it sucks too, because you have Dylan McDermott. You got one of the young guns, man.
Yeah.
You got Dirty Steve.
You do. And that's the thing. Like, you have the formula there.
Mm-hmm.
How do you fix Texas Rangers? This may feel like a cop-out, but you make it a reverse side of Young Guns 2.
Okay.
You almost tell it from the Pat Garrett point of view, right? But not with Pat Garrett, not that story, but like, so now you are just following them, and basically they're chasing down Billy the Kid in the Alfred Molina character. You make it more fun that way.
Okay.
You can even have them like where they were playful and the criminals were playful, like Billy and his crew. You can have the cops be almost that way, or Texas Rangers that way. And as they're forming, they're young, they're kind of out there, they're trying to do it, they're wild, and it's the guys that kind of have to rein them in. These older guys who are maybe coming out of the war or whatever, and they're a little more gruff. They just need to make some money. They got a lot of things haunting them, and they're trying to rein these guys in because they want this Texas Rangers unit that's just getting started with all of these like crazy people who probably, most of which have never been lawmen before because they're young men. You turn it into
a lot of them just like you said, fresh out of the war, privates, corporals, sergeants, nowhere else to go. So they form up this gang with badges.
Yeah. I would even go as far to say as the older, gruffer ones were Confederates. Right?
Truth.
So make them.
I think Tom Skerritt played that. Yeah.
Make them Confederate officers. I know a lot of people didn't want to write that in because it's like, if you make them Confederate, they're automatically bad guys. But this is almost like a redemption story. They saw a lot of horrors of what was going on, and when they got pulled into the war, that when they got out, it wasn't an ideology war fought for them. It was a means to an end, like to join the military and be a part of it. And then they realized that when they start this Texas Ranger, they go back to Texas, and this is starting up by the governor. And they are soldiers who now come back disgraced, and they want to fix it by making this a real thing, something that will be honorable to do and bring them redemption. They get the kids together, right? And who is the bad guy? It's, we keep it Alfred Molina. He's great, but you turn that character into maybe a Union soldier who hates these guys and is picking off his young cadets or whatever you want, or deputies for whatever reason.
You don't think they went too far with the original bad guys being like just kind of, what they were, Mexican army, Mexican regulars, or were they some sort of bandits? No, they were bandits. That's right.
I think they were bandits.
They were murderers. Yeah.
Alfred. Yeah, they were definitely murderers. They were because he murdered James Vanderbeek's father.
Oh, they did the train thing, right? Was that not American Outlaws? Yes, this is the one where the train was being stolen by Alfred Molina. Okay, word. And they got the Gatling gun. There's always a Gatling gun, by the way.
No, the Gatling gun was. Yeah, no. See, this is where we get all mixed up because you take this movie, you take American Outlaws, and then you jump into Lone Ranger and Young Guns and all that stuff. Yeah. Now, Young Guns, the first one had a Gatling
Maverick.
Maverick.
Everything had Gatling guns.
I love it. The non-depressing westerns, as I like to call them.
Yeah, exactly. The fun ones, not the weird ones like Paladin, where there's always a lesson about being long in the saddle and living alone, and only with a rifle by your side are you ever at home. The Paladin. What?
My favorite thing ever is the story about how Hondo was made, which I love Hondo.
Mm-hmm.
But so Shane was made.
Hondo. Sorry.
Hondo.
I have to every time I hear it. It's like it wells up within me
because it was like 3D and everything.
Exactly.
So Hondo was made because what's his name? Shane got made, and John Wayne turned that movie down because it was based on a book, and they're coming in with it, and they're like, it's not going to be anything. But Shane was so massively accepted. It was like one of the highest grossing movies of all time, especially for that time. And I think it was nominated for a few things. So like it was wildly successful. So what did John Wayne do? I'm going to remake it and call it Hondo.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Hey, I don't dislike Cowboys vs. Aliens. I don't dislike that movie. I can fix it.
It's not good.
I can fix it
by any stretch of the imagination. It is fun and enjoyable sometimes. Like how much? What am I on? Am I on specific drugs? Am I in a lot of pain? Because sometimes when I'm in pain, I might like that movie.
Oh my God, you really did not like that movie.
I was not a fan. I was not a huge fan.
It'd be great if 1923 just bombed hysterically because people couldn't watch Harrison Ford be a cowboy again.
Like enough. We get it. You're the gruffest man on earth. Just go plant things already. All right. Look at your hands, man. Are you building something? That's what I expect. Are you tending to bees, Harrison?
Dude, you got to watch Shrinking, man. I'm telling you, because that is exactly who Harrison Ford has to be.
Oh, absolutely. He's out there just like, hold on, honey. I've got to get to the hawk. He's like, just holds his hand out and a golden eagle lands or something ridiculous.
Pulls his whip out. It just whips a car. And it's just like, oh, see you later.
Of course he would. Of course he would. He goes into his hangar and he's like, which plane am I going to try to crash today? He just jumps in.
You know how many people he saved? You shut your face.
Just saying.
Yeah, fair. He never crashed the Falcon.
He's got like the Falcon isn't. Oh, I can't finish that sentence.
What were you gonna say?
I can't say it. I'm not gonna say it. So I don't mean it. I don't mean it. So I'm not gonna say it, and I don't say things I don't mean.
Yeah, but you are.
The Falcon is real.
All those plane crashes weren't.
No, those were all figments. That's all media, man. That's all that messed up media.
You're Mandela affecting, man. You don't believe in it.
You're messing with me, man. I remember the Kessel Run, bro.
Took 12 parsecs.
I witnessed it.
Did you like when in Solo when they did that?
I was fine with it. I saw what they were going for, and it was like, okay.
I just didn't need it. I'm like, I always loved the lore.
I prefer the lore. They didn't have to do that. They didn't have to tie that in. You know what I'm saying? He could have had the Falcon for a minute, and then they could have done the Kessel Run, and we never knew about it. You know what I'm saying? That could have been a story that could have been later on. We don't have to jump that fast. He doesn't have to grow that grizzled that quick because he's too pretty in Solo. So it's going to take him a while to get all Harrison Forded up.
Yeah.
Not that he was an unpretty man in the first one.
Yeah, but he was like 40.
You're not wrong.
So what do you call it? The hell was I going to say?
Calista
How do we
Flockhart.
fix? Okay, how do we fix? No, I was not going to say that. How do we fix Solo? You make it. You completely scrub that whole story, right?
Okay.
All of it can be done, and you make it a story about them and what happened with Jabba.
See, I don't want that. I don't
Why?
want that much of a lead up to the very end of it. I want where they gave that story. I don't want the Kessel Run tie-in, but if they could do something that does tie in with, having to escape together, they just don't have to call it the Kessel Run. And then don't involve the side story of, he's always a good guy and he's going to give away the stuff from the Black Sun. Like he's always on the run. I don't know. That wasn't his story. That's not really how I felt it would have played out. But that's also me having 25 years plus of thinking of creating story in my mind for Han Solo, so that's not fair.
That's very fair. Not fair, but I agree with you that it's what you're saying is fair. Your point is fair.
Thank you, sir.
So, yeah. All right. So here we go. I've already fixed Texas Rangers. I think that's diamond. That's gold right there. Let's remake it with all the CW stars of Riverdale and Winchesters and all that other shit.
Yes.
Jazz. All American, great show.
You know what? Actually, do Texas Rangers, but do it all with the entire cast of everyone from the Archieville, the Archieverse. So like everybody from right. So get all the Sabrina characters, Riverdale characters. Just get them all.
Hey, I'm down with it. Just make it weird.
Yeah, real weird, kooky. Tim Burton it up.
Yeah, somebody was telling me the other day they hate Tim Burton's style, and I was
Spirals?
Just like, yeah, I was just like, what are you, fucking stupid? Like what?
Spiralist? I don't know. I don't appreciate spiralists around here.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I love his style so much. I love his look of the monsters, everything. Like Sleepy Hollow is some of the best set design in a period, and I hate period pieces for the most part, especially stupid singing ones in the hills. I
know you're not a fan.
I know. So
Sleepy Hollow was pretty fantastic. It is one of my favorites of his pieces. I don't know. It's all because of Danny Elfman too. He soundtracks it so well. He puts together such a good team. I love the style that Tim Burton puts forth. But yeah, it's a very certain style. If you don't like it, you're not going to like half his movies. Alice in Wonderland. Not going to like any of those.
That's true. I agree with you. So it's just a style and it works for me.
Yeah,
I like the guy. Yeah. Okay. So guess what I did this weekend, Case?
You shaved a goat.
I did not. No. Why would?
No.
I didn't even know rams were goats. You know that? Didn't you tell me
fair. That? Yep, that's what happens. Rams are just chillins.
I still don't believe it. I'm sorry. They can't be goats. They're sheep. Or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, rams are sheep.
Rams are sheep.
Yeah.
It's still so weird.
Why?
I don't know. I think because why would a football team want to be a sheep?
And you're a billy goat. Is your boy goats? They're billies.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, the Billy Goat Gruff and the 3 Billy Goats Gruff or whatever. All right. We got to get to our topic here. Our topic being, I watched all the Rocky movies with my son this weekend.
Yes, you did. That's an experience, man. What was that emotional journey like?
Actually, it's pretty interesting. I'm so glad you asked. And that was not so rehearsed. We never talked about this. So we were watching it, and I was like ready for him to get into the experience, right? And I'm just like I'm like spazzing out, jumping in on it and stuff. And so we started watching the first one. I was like, I just want you to know, this is the most movie of all the movies. This movie was one of the best movies of all time. And it tells such an amazing, beautiful love story and a story about a man down and out who wants to rise to the top. I go the whole spiel with him. I was like, you as an 11-year-old, just the day before, you may not be fully into this one, but I guarantee you when you grow up, it's going to be your favorite. He goes, okay, I'm in. And he really liked it. he's an Eagles fan, so he's like obsessed with everything Philadelphia right now. So I thought this was a good time to get him in.
Nice.
So watching it with him, he really liked it. He was like, he was like, as a movie, you're right. It's really good. He's like, are they all like this though? And I'm like, nah. I was like,
no.
I was like, the second one is the same. You're getting a movie here, but it's just not as good of a movie. It's just a little bit less of a movie because it's missing the elements.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people will agree it has the better ending. So you get to it. Rocky wins. Now I was like, now we're getting to different movies all the way through. And he's just like, what do you mean? He's like, these were the formulas that Rocky is famous for. All of the things, like, yes, the first two movies had montages. Yes, they had the same, but these are the formula that everybody knows Rocky for, and Creed does, and it's just how it works. You don't see Creed coming back and being like, all right, that's it, I'm gonna fight Spider Rico. No, you know why? Because they're following the formula of 3, 4, and 5 and so on. So I'm like getting into it and telling him. He's like super excited. We get into it. Clubber Lang, dude. I mean, come on. It's just awesome. So the whole thing is great. Mickey dies. He's got tears coming out of his eyes. Mickey dies. I'm like, that's right. You're right. You're in it. You know, he wins at the end. He's like, yeah. He's like jumping. He's like, you know, he's so into it, right? We get to 4. Oh man, Apollo dies. More
buddy. Oh man,
more tears, dude. I'm not. It's crazy. So, you know, Rocky.
What are you guys eating? You guys eating pizza rolls along the way?
Oh, we had it all.
Doing some like egg shakes, you know, like
We're really getting into it. We're serving nothing but Italian meals.
Working out during the scenes, man. As he's pumping weights, you're pumping weights.
Yo, do some sit-ups after we eat this chicken marsala.
We're eating this for Mick. We're eating it for Mick.
You, Mick, for you. Cup and Link, I get it.
Yo, this guy.
So, but this is how I know we really liked it. So we watch Rocky 4. We get into Rocky 5. He's like, he has brain damage. I mean, he's sad. Then he loses all his money and it's moved back. Like, this kid is like invested by this point. He's like, they have to get their millions back. He's going to fight again, right? I'm like, not. I was like, not in the ring, not until 6. So he's just like, what? And he's like, they become millionaires again, right? I feel so bad. Rocky had it all and he lost it. I was like, yeah, but Rocky's not out. He's got everything he wants and needs. So goes and moves on. We get to the 6th one. He's like, that was so great. Yeah, you're right. He shouldn't have won that match. I get it. And like, he's really into it. And what I really loved was when he and the scene in where he's waking up and you first see Rocky in the beginning, he's pouring the flakes in for Cuff and Link and they're big turtles now.
Yep.
As soon as he saw that, he goes, Cuff and Link. And then he sees like Spider Rico eating at the restaurant. He's like, Spider Rico, oh my God. I'm like, he picked up all this old stuff. So he was in it and I loved it.
Wow. That's such a great experience when the kid just is experiencing it with you for the first time and feeling that. I mean, it's great with anybody. I love first timing movies with people. It's so awesome just to hear what they see. And, you know, it's interpreting art. Anytime. That's why it's great to go to a museum. You get to have that same effect right then. And it's nice to hear how other people see and view and what they pull from it. And especially such a kid seeing that from such that pure, like, yeah, you work out, work hard, you got to win, you got to get to the top. Yeah. And then feeling that struggle of like the heartbreak, which, wow, that is actually stunningly brutal now that I think about it. Like,
Rocky's life was not easy because then you get to the 6th one and Adrian's gone.
Yeah, exactly. No. He's got everything he needs. Life will be okay. Boom, your wife's dead. It's like,
and then you get to Creed. We were watching Creed, and he goes, "Paulie died." I'm like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it happens. He died. He actually died. And so, like, you know, and like Creed, the Creed movies, he's so into because he also really likes hip hop. So with that hip hop tone in the background to it, and a lot of the music. I was like, I can't wait till you see Creed 2, man. It's even better. They went all out with the soundtrack for that movie.
It is really good. I was super impressed.
Yeah.
I love it, and I can't wait to see Creed 3.
You're gonna, dude. If you love Creed 2 as much as that, You're gonna love Creed 3.
Bro, honestly, I think Creed 2 is up there with 4. You know, 4 is my coup de grace. That's the best one for me forever, for life.
You could make that a great double feature.
Yeah.
You know, just go right into that. I mean, you don't want to. You want to marathon them all, but you could just do those two and it'd be a great double feature.
That's a nice laundry day set of movies right there.
They're so good, man. Because it's just all good acting all around. But I like your point, what you said, and I agree with you wholly. It was it years ago? Remember that Ninja Turtles movie that came out? It was like the live action one.
In the Darkness?
No, it was a sequel to the first one.
Okay. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, with the Megan Fox vehicle.
Yes. For the first Megan Fox. I couldn't think of a star that was in that. But I went and saw it. I had like the day off. It was a Friday, I remember, and it was opening day because it was the day that Robin Williams died. Because I got out of there and heard about it, and I was just devastated.
It was a tough one. Imagine me.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Daisy. I'm not doing that.
I'm just saying, I was all over the place. It was crazy. I didn't know what to think. I was like, oh, what? I'm not corporeal anymore. Oh, well. Does it work? Nope. Damn.
Oh, man. Dude, you're good at that. So I was in the movie. I'm watching it. And I'm like, this movie is going to be a piece of shit. Yeah. I was like, this movie is just going to suck. But it was what was playing at the Manassas 4 at the time. So I went in and I saw it because I just needed to be out of my head. I don't know.
Great cinema. I missed that day.
Part of me wanted to buy that. I brought that up to Mary when they were like selling it or something, or whatever was going. I was like, I might buy this and just have a movie theater.
You talked about it, yeah. You discussed the options for it because it would be pretty rad.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'm sitting in that movie and already saying this piece of shit. And there's 4 kids, like 10, 11-year-old, sitting 2 rows back, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you hear everything. So I sit down, I am watching the movie, and I'll tell you, that movie sucks. But my experience in that theater was so much fun because of those 4 kids behind me. I was like, they're going to talk through it. I'm just going to be pissed, blah, blah, blah. I am so glad they said all the things they did because it reminded me. And then, like, when the movie ended, like, I want to be Donatello. Oh, yeah, I'll be Leonardo. Oh, yeah, you can be Michael. And it's like, it brought me back to the childhood, man. So, like,
oh, yeah.
And I was like, and that's when my tune changed on how I rate movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because and looking for the good in every movie. Because I was like, every adult can say this movie's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah, I did. Vocally, several times.
But that's not who it's for. Just like when it came out back then, it wasn't for our parents. So those kids behind me can't be the only ones who walked out of there enjoying it and knowing the Ninja Turtles and now wanting to explore that world more. And it made me realize, I was like, that's it. It's like movies are made they're made for everyone, and not everyone's going to get them, but the ones who do can really appreciate them. And the kids enjoying that movie made it 1,000 times more fun.
It makes it worthwhile. I mean, there's certain movies that I absolutely despise, but I watch because River watches them, and I watch it.
What's one that you could tell me?
Oh, gosh. What was one that was terrible? The Netflix Dragon Riders. What was it? The Song of the Dragon? Was just miserable because this song was just they sing it like 3 times in the movie.
Ugh.
And so there's not different songs, it's just the same song that happens every time they see each other.
Just watch Coco.
Seriously, I love Coco.
Coco's amazing.
Coco's incredible. That's so good. I do like wind up being like, hey, can we watch this instead? Book of Life is one that we can always default to.
Yep.
In case we're venturing towards some territory where I'm like, not tonight. I can't deal with that one. That's not going to happen. That's not a good movie night one.
Dude, I'm going to tell you what. Well, first, George.
Thanks, George. Appreciate that, buddy. Why? Thank you very much. That was very kind of you, sir.
So, guys, we want to say a few things before we start going. I forgot I have so many things to kind of run over with, and one of the first things I'm going to start off with is this Sunday, March 12th at 2 p.m. is the 3rd annual Snobby Awards. That's right. The nominees are out there. They're out there, and we got a lot of great shows that submitted. We had more shows than ever submit to this year's.
More than ever. That's huge numbers, folks.
We might have actually, now that I think about it, we might have had more than both previous years combined. So that's a big step up.
That's huge.
Yeah.
Massive. Gargantuan. We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So make sure you guys tune in for that, see who the winners are. We've got the Snobnation Morning Drive live show coming up on Friday. I will be doing a Scream review Thursday night at around 9:45. The Scary Snobs will be on at 10. You can check them out in their show. So it's
make sure to hop on because it's great to see them. Sturdy and Jason, we love them.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And with all that going on, we have a ton more. Next week is our birthday show.
Yeah, it is. Because he's getting older, folks. Ha ha ha.
No, our birthday show, sir. My birthday is the 13th. Your birthday is the 17th. I almost said 14th. 17th. And the show is on the 14th. We're celebrating our birthdays.
Yep. It's perfect amount of time for me to avoid completely my existential crisis and be able to push it off one more day.
Dude, what bugs me the most is that you keep saying that about turning 40 and I'm turning 41. Like 5 days before I'm turning 41 and it's like, come on, man.
You've had a year to get over it. Handle it already. Take 40, it like a man.
40 is the new 20. I know that for a fact.
No, but I'm almost there. It's actually been really cool. I've really appreciated this time now because I feel like I've had this cool retrospective thing where it's going, but the more I look back, I just give so many fewer fucks. And I kind of looking back with this whole, why did I care at that point in life? What was my main concern? Oh, that's dumb. It's really funny. I kind of love it. So no, I'm going in pretty stoked, pretty excited. Still, it's existential crisis time, baby.
Fair.
Got to get things done. Got to change your body, change your life, treat yourself right.
Well, we also are starting next week. Casey and I are both going to choose 16. Count them. 16 of our favorite songs and movies. A song from the soundtrack in a movie that it has to work. You got to get the movie and the song. So Casey's going to pick out 16. I'm going to pick out 16. And then we're going to explore that for the next couple of weeks.
Oh, it's going to be a lot of fun because this is one of my favorite things to get into. And I know yours too. Because when rocking out in the car, there's nothing better than cranking some of our favorite movie tunes. Like Seal, Kiss from a Rose. I mean, come on. Everybody gets into that one. If you don't, you have a problem. And Sweet Emotion. If you don't feel cool cranking Sweet Emotion with the windows down and letting Steven Tyler just guide you to your destination, are you even living your life?
Fair. All right. So, guys, we got a lot going on. Hopefully, you'll be joining us. Again, our lives are on Patreon. You can watch them there every week. If you want to join up, check out the tiers and perks and everything. But if you want to, make sure you head over to the Discord, join up there. You know what? I'm going to let the video handle this. Casey, my friend, please give us our exit and take it away now.
Thank you so much for joining us, my friends. Thank you, as always, my friend Mick, for making this possible. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight, especially for here through the Patreon Live. It's fantastic. We hope to continue serving you fantastic content with these beautiful faces as much as we can to serve you. We hope you've enjoyed and had a great time. And until next time, my friends, remember, be kind to yourself, be kind to each other. Have a good night.
Good night, everybody.
Hey guys, Mick here.
Thanks so much for watching the show and supporting us. We appreciate it. We appreciate you coming back and joining in the comments. But guys, I really want to thank you, our patrons who are out here supporting us, helping us keep the lights on. Really, truly appreciate you. Tim, Paul, Stacy, Matt, Aaron, AJ, George G3, Chris S, Dale, Chris H, Dan, John B, Ron, Jason, and John W. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Guys, we have 3 tiers available right now. As of March 1st, we're adding 2 more tiers for a total of 5 with tons of perks. So go check out patreon.com/thescenesnobs. And join our Snob Nation Discord channel where the moderators are keeping everything going and we're having really fun conversations over there and more. So go check it out. It's free to join and just be part of the Snob Nation. And remember to embrace the absurdity. Hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. We have tons of great shows coming out and more. Our lives are over on Patreon, but you can check out the Snobnation Morning Drive live show on our YouTube channel Friday, 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern, and tons more shows coming up thereafter. We have great shows like the Scene Snobs Podcast, Betting Bros, Math vs. Smash, Real Combat, movie reviews, and tons more. We have fun over there, and we think you will too. If you're looking for great merch, go over to the snobsmerch.com store. Use promo code SNOBS for 10% off of your order. We have tons of shirts, mugs, everything, stickers, all different types of designs. We love it. I think you will too. So go check it out and let us know what you think. Remember to follow us on all social media platforms. We are at The Scene Snobs everywhere. You can also follow Casey at Planos21 on Instagram, at Casey the Madman on TikTok, and at Twitter Night on Twitter. Guys, tons of fun stuff and new things coming out every day, so go check out our content there. Thank you guys again. We are The Scene Snobs. Embrace the absurdity with us, and we love you, and we'll talk to you guys soon.